Yo, hello there. I'm a Challenger League coach, and I want to talk about this Misfortune build. So most of the Misfortune players don't know what to build right now. So a lot of you guys, popularity-wise, these are statistics, right? Go for a Youmu's Ghostblade build. Kraken, sometimes Youmu's. Now some of you guys realize that Duskblade might just be OP, right? Now you don't necessarily need even the speed from Youmu's Ghostblade, because if I press W, and maybe I have boots. I already run fast enough. Like, what do I need Yomu's Ghostblade for, right? Like, you already have your mobility. Now, from the other hand, let's just put some points in our abilities, right? And this is your Yomu's Ghostblade. Each of the dummies have 1k HP, of course. These are the runes, right? Um, and so I want to show you guys, like, how much damage does with Yomu's Ghostblade, right? To 2 full HP targets, right? 1624 Yomu's, right? Now, I don't want chip, so Duskblade, just to be clear, deals more damage, right, based on missing health, right? Your ability will deal damage based on missing health, but it will be full HP. I won't chip its HP down. I don't have like a poking support. I don't have anybody to all in them. I will just ult them at full HP and see what happens. As we can visually see, 1895, if I'm correct, right? Which means it deals more damage while they're not their full HP, which is a bit stupid. Aside of that, the really good thing about Misfortune is that, say, when you kill someone with your ultimate, what's gonna happen? Um, you're gonna be untargetable. So, for example, if you're ulting and you're killing someone, that CC that could possibly hit you, uh, will be mitigated. It won't hit you because you're untargetable, right? So let's say you kill really quick someone, and the Malphite will just can't kill you in time, or like a Cho'Gath Q that would come up normally, or a Seraphine Slower or something, right? Now, from the other hand, remember that this scales way better than the other items, so the damage difference is gonna be way more significant at, let's say, like 2 items. So in here I ult, right? I mean, I know it's crit, but anyways, it's higher, you know. I tested it out multiple times and it's not the RNG. So look at this damage, right? 300,056 if I'm correct, right? 3056, my bad. Now, I gonna go to your Yomu's Ghostblade. Majority of you guys go for it. I gonna wait for first strike as well, just to be fair, right? Um, and in here, I gonna ult. 2667. So it's usually significantly less. Okay, now that we complained ourselves out, uh, like Duskblade per item hurts more and more and more and more, while Yomu's doesn't. So for example, in here, I gonna ult, right? 3997, right? 3997. Yomu's, right? Now, I sell the Youmu's, I get Duskblade, right? Like Duskblade doesn't even gives like damage from the mythic passive, right? It gives cooldown and movement speed. Youmu's does, right? And logically would say it should deal more damage. Now look, check out this one. 347 without chipping from our teammates. If they chip their HP down, of course you're gonna deal more, especially if they reduce their armor, like Jarvan ideally. Even poking supports are okay, because the lower they are, the more damage you're gonna deal with your ultimate, right? And also it's gonna affect your Q damage, the Duskblade of Darkar, right? Which means that if someone is low HP and you can bounce off a Q of a minion, it's gonna deal a lot of damage, because this critting and the Duskblade's bonus damage applying to it is really, really great. Now your E gonna deal a teensy bit more. It's not significant. It's not something to mention, and I don't think so. It affects your ability, but it affects your first strike. I do believe the 20% bonus damage, because it says that your abilities deal up to additional 20% more damage, which means both AD and AP abilities. And because your abilities apply first strike, I do believe it does affect first strike's damage as well, but I'm not 100%. Now, from the other hand, get your whatever items depending on the game, of course. uh, I don't know, maybe Edge of the Night is also great into some comps, really depends on the game. Even Rapid Fire can be okay in some games, right? Like rest of you guys, rest is just really dependent on the game, right? Like you could even arguably get Edge of Night, it's probably one of the better ones, but you can already get non-targetable, but it's good to have both, right? Now you're gonna go for a max level. Let's go completely in, guys, right? 866, right? 5 5. Duskblade. Now, I won't ever get the same result. Even if I go Eclipse, right? That's supposed to shred armor. Now, they don't have too high armor, it's true. They have only 50, but even then, it's not supposed to deal similar damage. It's not supposed to deal similar damage. But we're gonna go for the Yoummus, of course, right? And wait for first leg, of course. Da, 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 da. Now, maybe there is an argument to very high armor enemies Eclipse would deal more, but I'm not 100% in that one. That's something I'm not 100% in. And we can see that the damage is still higher on Yoummus. Again, crit RNG matters a bit more now because we got 60% crit, right? But generally speaking, Duskblade is better. You don't necessarily need the speed from your moves, lethality that you gain, it's whatever, and also you can lose it in combat, which means you don't have damage anymore. Speed is not needed. It's like you already have your speed. It's not great, guys. I'm gonna be real. Then Manamune, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm not a big fan of it. I know it provides a lot of AD, same as Ravenous Hydra, but it doesn't provide crit or lethality. I'm not a big fan of them. That's all I'm gonna say. From my personal opinion, Duskblade is definitely better, but usually you should not rush Duskblade. Collector is a little bit better if you rush it. Duskblade, maybe if you have setup from your teammates like a Rakan or something that can set you up a really good ultimate, and arguably it might be a bit better than Collector, but usually I would prefer Collector into Duskblade. Really depends on the game. Then one more thing you can test out, of course, Infinity's Edge. But the issue is that usually it's supposed to deal more damage than Duskblade, right? And it dealt less. If I'm correct, it dealt less. While it's a hard scaling item. Now, of course, in here the crit RNG matters, right? Like you could crit less, you could crit more, you could crit less, right? It really depends on your crit RNG. But it seems to me like Duskblade as the most consistent item choice. Now, of course, if you have any opinions about it, make sure to leave it in the comment section if you have something smart to say, or if you want to correct me in some ways, perhaps I might be wrong. Make sure to leave them in the comment section so I don't possibly somehow mislead someone, and make sure to like this video or dislike it, depending on if you find value in this content or you didn't. Then that's it from now, guys. Have a nice day. And one thing to mention, of course, instead of Berserker Greaves, you could also take Ionia Boots if you want to spam your ultimates. In fact, often it's more optimal for more ult spam. This is my choice of builds, right? Like, this is my first. Usually take it in non-interactive scaling matchups. PTA in the ones that you can win in lane, of course. But I'm not gonna go too much into runes. This is just really about the itemization.